alongside Mr. Ode have also been recommended for dismissal. But because of their rank, the recommendations have been forwarded to the Office of the Inspector General of Police. In the meantime, Rivers State Commissioner of Police Olatunji Disu has assured widows of police officers of the command's commitments to their well-being and welfare of their children. Well, CP Disu gave the assurance at an event to celebrate widows of police officers in Port Harcourt.
They died fighting for this country, and we should not just close our eyes to it. We should remember them again and again. That is why today we are here to solidarity with you, to remember them and pray for them, and to remember those of us still alive, still doing this job of providing security and protecting lives. You are the one giving succor to all the children of departed police officers. I pray to Almighty God to continue to guide you. We have instructed our DPOs, my management team, every problem you have, come over to us, we'll listen and we'll solve your problem.
Well, correspondent Emeko Tuka reports that some of the beneficiaries thanked the commissioner for the gesture.
I am so happy because this kind of thing have never happened before. Nobody have done this to us. Nobody have cared for us. Nobody have remembered us this Valentine's Day.
An event like this today is one of the days that make me happy. Since I entered, I've been dancing, I've been jumping. This CP has put a smile on our face. It has never happened since I joined this group.
We are very, very grateful and we are thankful, and we pray that God will keep him and protect him and direct him and lead him and provide for him and make a way for him and other officers.
Well, the widows were given money and bags of rice. Elsewhere, the police say it has arrested a kidnapper responsible for a series of abductions along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. The Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement said Bello Umar was arrested on the 24th of January and confessed that he and his gang had their base in a forest in Kaduna State where they had received ransom ranging from 100 million naira to ranging from 40 million naira to 100 million naira. Away from that, some fathers in Port Harcourt say the rising cost of baby foods has forced them to seek alternatives. They say they have left foreign brands for local foods like pap and soya beans, among others, for their babies. But some others believe the locally made foods are not nutritional enough for babies. Well, these fathers spoke on Nigerian 4FM's Sunny Side.
When I had my first daughter, we used to buy baby food for about less than 1,000 or little above 1,000. But as I speak to you, it's almost 3,000.
We are buying that in 4,000 naira. I was sweating every day. What we cannot afford because of pride. How can a baby of 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months decide the kind of food she will eat or he will eat? If you see any reaction, change the pattern in which you will prepare that thing for the baby.
Any food you are giving to your baby and he's taking it and survive, fine. For anyone you know, say go see afford, go. That's enough to pressurize me.
Most of these children eat per tin of that SMA good every week. So multiply it. How much is the salary? What is your income?
Sometimes we want something that is cheap, but how it responds to their health.
Well, a market survey by our correspondent shows that 800 grams of baby milk for 0 to 6 months olds is now 10,600 naira. Well, 360 grams is 6,540 naira. Well, 300 grams for 6 to 36 months olds cost between 4,500 naira to 4,650 naira. While 360 grams of baby milk for 6 to 12 months olds is 2,250 naira. Now, another popular milk brand sells for 5,365 naira. In the meantime, business owners in Port Harcourt say they experienced low Valentine sales and blamed it on the current economic challenges in the country. Well, some of them told our correspondent that sales were poor compared to last year.
But you can't compare last year and this year. Last year was much more lively.
As a chef, I will tell you that service experience between last year and this year, the difference is very clear. Last year I had a lot of customers who wanted to order 1 or 2 things for their families, their friends, their partners, their colleagues. But it seems like this year the patronage level is very, very low. It's quite low.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
The sales we had last year was kind of massive. People were really out there to buy.
A survey by correspondents revealed that items in demand today are Valentine's exotic flower bouquets, which sold at 3,900 naira, cake parfaits with prices ranging from 1,500 naira to about 1,700 naira per portion. 8-inch cakes ranging from 10,500 naira to 12,000 naira. Gift boxes ranging from 1,950 naira to about 10,400 naira, and chocolates varying from 1,100 naira to 6,000 naira. In another development, some residents of Port Harcourt have expressed frustration following the continuous hike in the price of drugs. Well, some of them told in an interview with our correspondent, urged the government and regulatory agencies to intervene.
How will somebody manage themselves with asthma? How will somebody manage it with antibiotics? Artemether 8 milligram at 420 naira. On last Saturday, I bought it 1,450 naira.
Paracetamol that we were buying 50 naira before, it then skyrocketed to 200 naira. Now it's paracetamol, a card is 500 naira. I don't know if drugs that are being produced these days are no longer effective. It seems like they even aggravate the sickness more.
So a lot of persons are there because they cannot afford drugs. Government will help the citizens to regulate the prices.
A survey carried out by a correspondent shows that some drugs like paracetamol, previously priced at 150 naira per card, are now being sold at 300 naira. A card of a popular penicillin antibiotic, which was at 800 naira, now sells for 3,080 naira, while the capsules, initially sold for 5,000 naira, are now priced at 22,000 naira. Well, Flagyl 400 milligram, previously sold at 50 naira, is now 135 naira. And vitamin C tablets, previously 1,000 naira, now costs 2,750 naira. Anti-malarial drugs, now priced at 2,650 naira. Inhalers for asthma, once affordable at 2,500 naira, is now sold for between 15,000 naira and 25,000 naira. Still to come, Senate sets up Constitution Review Committee. Stay tuned. of giving back to the society, a socio-cultural group known as Otonrama Club of Asarama in Andoni local government area of Rivers State has donated hospital equipment and carried out career talk shows to students at the community secondary schools in the area. President of the club, Simon Uria, who is also a consultant and family physician during the two events in Asarama and Iyongoro communities, said that it is part of the club's mandate to assist education and improve the health facilities in the communities.
And while we're in secondary school, we give them career talk, tell them why they need for education. And incidentally, all of us in the team are people that pass through the secondary school in Asama. So we try to tell them that no matter where they're schooling, they can be whatever they can be in life. So in the health center, we have to ask them the need of what they need of the health center to make it functional. So they send us a list of items before now. So we bought those items, and supplied to the health center, both in Asama and in Yorum.
Meanwhile, a member of the club and professor of sociology of education, Boada Uyuria, and the medical officer, Primary Health Center in Asarama, Onyekwere McDonald, spoke on how the donated items can boost healthcare in the two communities.
Our top focus on disabusing the children from involvement in cultism and also internet fraud, according to some of them in some quarters, that education is a scam, to reposition their mind towards effective learning and to disabuse their mind from evil, that education is the ultimate, enhances development, it drives development, individual development and communal development.
We appreciate that the community is actually participating in their own health. Most of the items they brought are items that we use on a daily basis, and it is important for either assessing the patient or making an immediate diagnosis, like the blood pressure cuffs, the thermometers, blood sugar testing, weighing scales.
Correspondent Soibi Oruwari reports that the Utonrama Club of Asarama visited Primary Health Center and community secondary schools in Yongoro, as well as the Primary Healthcare Center and government secondary schools Asarama, and donated items like digital and clinical thermometers, diagnostic ENT sets, BP monitors, and first response malaria strip, among others. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has reiterated his commitment to fostering collaboration and mutual support between Rivers and Bayelsa states. Governor Fubara said this in a congratulatory message to the governor of Bayelsa State, Doye Diri, who was sworn in for a second term today. Well, correspondent Onyeka Chinwo also reports that the governor attended the inauguration and swearing in of Governor Diri held at the Samson Siasia Sports Complex in Yenagoa. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has announced an over 37-member Constitution Review Committee on the 1999 Constitution to be chaired by the Deputy Senate President, Barau Jibrin. But the committee will also be composed of one lawmaker from each geopolitical zone and the FCT. The Senate today observed a minute's silence for the Group Chief Executive Officer of Access Holdings PLC, Herbert Wigwe, and 5 others who died in a helicopter crash in the United States last Friday, where the motion was moved by the Senator representing Rivers East, Orwell Onyeso. In the meantime, or in the same vein, the Mayor of Housing, My Ace China, has consoled the people of Rivers State over the tragic demise of a son and globally renowned financial icon Herbert Wigwe, but noted that the pains of the death of legends can easily be turned into gains. Well, the Mayor of Housing and CEO of Housing and Construction Mayor Limited made the remark in a statement he issued in Port Harcourt in the wake of the spreading shock over the death of the CEO of Access Corporation, who died with his wife and son in a helicopter crash in the U.S. over the weekend. Well, the Mayor of Housing, however, says the best approach to the tragedy is to turn it into a positive by reviving Dr. Wigwe's vision and legacies and cementing them further to make him live on. Well, he also enjoined Dr. Wigwe's partners such as Access Holdings Limited, Access Bank PLC, Tengen Holdings, Wigwe University, and the HOW Foundation to double their efforts in sustaining and growing the institutions to the highest levels of the dreams of the late icon. Well, he says Dr. Wigwe would only die if the various projects stopped making an impact. On the foreign scene, the House of Representatives has narrowly voted to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, making him the first cabinet member to face impeachment in nearly 150 years, where many Republicans blame him for an unprecedented influx of migrants at the US-Mexico border. Well, that's the news, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news this evening, you heard that the police have dismissed an officer over extortion in Rivers State, and fathers in Port Harcourt are seeking alternatives as the cost of baby foods soar. On the foreign scene, the U.S. House has voted to impeach the Homeland Security Chief. The news was edited by Martha Okerenkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening.